It's time for What a Rush, and boy, there were some fights that were what a rush. Oh man, like you're watching the fight, and then suddenly you're just like, what the fuck did I just see? You know what I mean? Yo, let's start this shit off right with the what was it? It was the featherweight. Yes, it was the featherweight, right? So this was the third fight of the night, right? We had Jeka Saji, who I believe is the first Indonesian fighter on the card in the men's division, I believe. Right? He was going up against Yo Jong Sung. And man, this was a fucking crazy fight, right? Because Jeka, he was looking to pressure. He really, what I mean, wanted to get the job done, right? Looking to pressure. But Jong Sung was so relaxed. So relaxed. It was like crazy. You know what I mean? My man was, in that training mode, And Jeka, he had that pent up energy. You know what I mean? Like, this wasn't his first fight in the promotion, but he was really just, man, he was so amped, right? He was so amped, it was crazy. I think it was like, he was 14-4 coming into this. So he'd had a lot of fights, right? And Song Young, he was 8-0. So, you know what I mean? The demeanor of both was interesting, right? And I don't know if it's because Sung Young came through road to the UFC. So he'd, kind of had that little glimpse of the lights and the pressure and all of that kind of stuff. But as I said, he was so relaxed. And Jeka rushes in, and Yo Song, he just steps to the side and counters with a short right. And I had to watch this a couple of times because it was so fast that you can miss it, right? You're just like, what did he just land? Because Jeka just face plants, right? He freezes up and just goes boom. It was crazy. And on the broadcast, they, they like compared it to Aldo McGregor, and it really was. It really was that same thing. But boy, whoo, I tell you, man, Young Song is, he's going to be a problem because, boy, the confidence of this man, and that was his debut, right? That was his debut. And he came through like a motherfucker. I think that was the only debut fighter that I did get right. The others didn't quite work out for me, but that one, whoo, that one I nailed, and that was a fight, right? So next up with the light heavyweights, we had oh gosh, how do we pronounce this name? Is Azmat how do we say it? Azmat Arak, I'm just butchering this. Azmat Mirzakhanov, right, against Brenderson Ribera. Ooh. Right, Ribera had the range, right? He had the reach advantage. Didn't really use it, right? he's throwing a lot of head kicks. Throwing a lot of head kicks, but not really a lot else, you know? And don't get me wrong, a head kick isn't a bad thing, especially if, you know, your opponent has heavy hands. Because when they're bringing their arm up to block that kick, you're taking that big fucking tree trunk of a leg on your arm. Don't feel good. And if you're holding your arm too close to your head, yo, your shit's gonna get wrung still, right? But it's dead in the arm. So it's then harder to throw those punches. But, you know what I mean? Azmat, he was not phased, right? Not phased at all. He was looking just very methodical in there, right? Very methodical. And he landed a big right that clearly stunned Rivera, stunned him. And literally seconds later, he lands a second right. This one hit him kind of on the temple. And you just suddenly got this delayed reaction from Rivera. He was like on spaghetti legs, man. He was doing that little jig up in there, like boom, stumbles up against the fence. And Azmat, he just came in. Like Rivera goes down and Azmat just comes with the ground and pound until the ref pulls him off, because he was hitting some horrible shots, man. And like, it was that temple shot and being hurt just before that as well, right? Because he was rocked and then rocked again. He couldn't defend himself, man. He just did not know where he was. Boy, man, like, Omi just did his thing and did it well. Azmat was killer. And it was just the emotion after the fight. He was overjoyed, right? And he gave thanks to Sean Shelby and just everyone. It was just, it was a very nice moment, man. Very nice moment. And we have to throw in the welterweight clash, right? Between Vicente Luque and Kevin Holland. Because, you know, as I said in the preview, this was such a well put together fight, right? They were both coming off wins. You know what I mean? They were both trying to kind of, take that next step in the welterweight division after a few setbacks and everything. You know, just get that run going so they could make that claim, because they're both very good, right? Very good. And so this was an interesting fight, right? Now, early on, Vicente, like, Kevin throws a front kick. Vicente catches it. And you think, oh, right? Because that's often a way people will get someone down, right? You can bundle someone over. You can sweep them. There's a load of things you can do. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know that, right? Holland, though, when Vicente is trying to get that takedown, Holland unloads with just, I don't know, man, it was like 5 uppercuts. He just held the back of the head and I'm like, pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? You were just like, yo. Like, is he going to knock him out? Is he going to Jacare Luque, right? That's what you pick, because it was just, boy, it was something, man. It was something. And Holland was just on point like that, right? He was on point. Vicente, he did it. He was trying to do his thing. Holland was moving with the shots, because Vicente did land a couple of big shots, but Holland was kind of moving with the shot. Right? Because Holland does have really good defense. I was like, what's the word for the thing? Right? He has very good defense, you know? and Holland hurt Vicente, right, with an elbow. Hurt him with an elbow. Like, Vicente is trying, but Holland just had an answer for everything. It was very good. So we go into the second round, people. And Vicente, goes for the front kick. Holland counters with a nice right hand. Like, gets a trip takedown on Vicente, which was so slick. So slick. Ah, man, it was so impressive, right? And as they're scrambling, Vicente he knows the ground like the sun knows the sky, right? But Kevin Holland, hey, he's a Travis Lutter black belt. People seem to forget. He did the same to Lupe as he did to Michael Chiesa. He locked up that Das choke. And boy, once Holland's got you, hey, it's difficult to escape. And Lupe had to tap. And what was great, right? So, and I've said it, greater minds have said it, but if Holland really just concentrated on one weight class, and that weight class being welterweight, right? He could challenge for that belt. He could win that belt, right? Holland is a skilled motherfucker. And, when he was talking to Rogan, that's what he said. He said, this is what he's going to do. He is focused. He's sticking to welterweight. And he's looking to take out names. So, hey, I cannot wait. Because Kevin Holland is a problem. Kevin Holland is a skilled motherfucker. And I'm looking forward to that next fight. But that's why these fights, people, were in our What a Rush segment. Because they were fire.